So does your handbrake just not work anymore after you've gone mudding or gone off-road? So recently went and did a extreme challenge, and there was a lot of mud, and yeah, what we found afterwards is that the handbrake just gets pulled right up and it doesn't really bite. So yeah, so I've read about one of the problems with these Frod Everests before I bought it, is that the mud can get inside of the rear drum, which is where the handbrake caliper is housed in, and yeah, it gets all muddy up. So I'm going to show you that right now. Let's get the light over here. So as you can see, that's what we're dealing with, caked up mud. Yeah, that's why it's not biting. So what I'm going to do is obviously clean this all up, and have to go around and do the other side. What I'll do is, as I'm assembling it again, I'll just show you how you can remove the rear disc and find the drum inside. And it's quite a simple process. You just sometimes need to put a little bit of force to get the drum off there. So as you can see, that's where it's supposed to be biting, but all the mud, it just doesn't bite. So the easiest and cleanest and really safest way to do this is to use some brake and parts cleaner. You just spray that on there. You don't want to spray anything else on, because obviously this is a brake part, and any grease or any kind of lubricants, things like that, would obviously render the handbrake and the disc completely useless. As you can see, the mud is really coming off there. So now I'll get to the part where I actually want to adjust the handbrake, because I think the handbrake the cable's been a bit stretched, because it wasn't gripping, so the hardware would have to pull it up, and as a result perhaps stretch the cable. So I want to adjust calipers. However, I just need to find a way to turn that and turn it the correct way around. So I'm going to try that now. Okay, got a bit late, but that's not a problem. We've got some lights. Now I want to show you how this thing sort of gets disassembled. So the first thing you've got to do is you've got to take off this nut which holds the floating caliper on, and then the next thing you've got to do, then you take this thing off. You take the floating caliper off here, and the next thing you do is these bolts at the back, these big ones to here, you literally take those off, and this whole thing comes off. And then yeah, you just tap the disc here, tap, knock it back and forth, hit around the drum, and the whole disc brake comes off. And then inside there you're going to see the brake, the handbrake shoes. So now I'm just putting it all back together. So I've put this thing back on. I'm busy with the bolts over here. Then I'm going to show you, I'm going to put the floating caliper back on over here. Yeah, checking just now. So before we put the caliper on, it's over there. We've got to put so get this in here quickly. Make sure that doesn't fall. We've got to put the disc pads back on. So here you literally got to just fit it in. With the light, got to fit it in here. Kind of get it in. Okay, I kind of need two hands for this, but I'm trying to do it with one hand. It's got these little clips that you can see over there, and you've got to kind of press them in to compress them to get this in. So let me just do that. Alrighty, got that one on. So yeah, it's just the little clips. You've got to just slide it all the way down there, and it's a bit dark. But anyway, get that one on, and I'm going to put the other one on. Let's try and do it with one hand again. So see, twist it. Ah, there we go. You see that? So twist it, push it in there. Ah, come on. Ah, that's it. That's it. There we go. That's in. Now we're going to take the caliper here. So we've got to take it over there. Now if you were doing the replacing the pads, you would need to press the piston in over there. You can just use a G-clamp or piston compress tool, I suppose, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm literally just cleaning the mud out of the handbrake drum. So that's been done, so we're just putting this back together. So now we're going to put the screw bolt in here and the bolt on the other side, and that's about it. It's done. Put the wheel back on, and handbrake is already feeling a lot better. I tested it just now, so I think we're going to be good. So I think I know why the mud actually gets in here in the first place. So if you look here behind, you've got a little booty for the handbrake. As you can see, there's quite a bit of a tear in there. So obviously the mud and water and debris gets in there, and then clogs up the shoes, and I think I need to get new booties if I can find these, and go to the agents and see what they. How am I going to explain to the agent what this is? It's a handbrake booty on the rear disc hub thing. So I think that's it there. I don't know if it can get in between the disc and the hub. I'm not sure if it's going to get in there. I mean, there's a slight gap, might get in there, but I think that's going to be, if I get that one sorted out, I think a lot of the debris and stuff won't be able to get in there anymore. But yeah, this is just one of the badly designed parts of the vehicle. There aren't many, but this is certainly one of them, and it's one of the complaints that people had on the forum, and yep, I experienced it. So anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm going to put the wheel back on and take it for a test drive. Alright, so I was going to do a quick update on the brake drum, that little rubber booty. I actually figured out a cool way to actually fix it without having to go to the agents to buy it. What I'm going to do is get something called Fix-It-All, or what we call here in South Africa called Sticks Like Shit. It's basically a silicon based adhesive. It's very, very strong, but also very flexible. And so what I did is I painted, or just smear that all over that back rubber, and I created basically effectively a new rubber booty. Yeah, I'm going to show it to you now on the car. So as you can see, I've been mud bogging, and it worked pretty well. There's no mud inside the drum that I can feel. The handbrake still works perfectly. There's a lot of mud up there still. Oh, I need to spray that off. But if you look there, it's a bit dirty now, but basically I smeared that silicone fix adhesive
all over that booty and onto the back of the drum and around the lever, and yeah, let it dry. And now when you pull the handbrake, that lever over there can go, you know, back and forth, and the booty that I've just made stays in place because it's pretty tough rubber. So yeah, it's worked pretty well. I've done this on both sides, and no water got in to this drum, and as you can see, there's a hell of a lot of mud and debris on this car. I got really stuck the other day, had an event, but yeah, no water got in the back, so I think I've pretty much solved the problem. Let's have a look over there. Oh, you can't see over there. Kind of. Anyway,
yeah, so I hope you could see what I was showing you there, but basically you take that silicone. One must be the adhesive. Don't take like a bathroom silicone or something like that. It just doesn't stick. It's got to be something like sticks like shit or something similar, which is basically an adhesive silicone. It's very strong, and then you just smear it all around there pretty thick and let it dry. And then yeah, once you pull the handbrake and that lever moves in to pull the drum brakes, it basically you know, still seals that hole up pretty good. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.